my absolutely beautiful Libras, and welcome to your horoscope for 2023, where Libra, this year we are going to switch axes from the Taurus and Scorpio axes into the Aries and Libra axes, which means that by the time we are welcoming in the fall, we're going to see a solar eclipse happening in your sign, and this is exciting. This is an opportunity to, put yourself out into the world, take on opportunities that maybe you've been waiting to, or you've kind of felt like you've been waiting for your moment to rise up. There's definitely an opportunity for you to have a coming out in 2023, and we'll also see this continue into the 2024 energy. But it also means that Libra, you're getting ready to start to take a little bit of a risk, right, in being who you truly are, and also to making adjustments to your relationships and who's traveling with you, the purpose of those relationships, what are the significant dynamics in relationships in your life. So I think that this is a year to really be ready to be stimulated, to let life surprise and delight you, and to also shed the relationship dynamics, including the ones with yourself that can no longer serve to move you forward. Now, before we get to all of that, we are going to be coming into this year with Mercury and Mars in retrograde fashion. So this is our very first indicator as we're coming into the year that we are not coming in with great bells and hells of fire, okay? We are coming in slowly. We are coming in a state of reflection. We are coming into 2023 with this understanding of energy that you've got to review where you've been so that you can really have that encouragement to set up your year as to where you would like to go. Now, one of the signatures I want you to consider is that while Mercury is retrograde here in the energy of Capricorn right at the beginning of the year, that first of all, this is your home, family, real estate, property, but you've seen this signature before because at the beginning of 2022, we saw that Venus was retrograde in Capricorn. So you were revaluing, looking at your values in your roots, around your parents, around where you live, your financial decisions, is home helping you achieve, or what is going on in that area? So truly, Mercury's retrograde here is also helping you to just take a review of what you've been able to learn and implement since you've been there. In your personal home environment, does it feel good for you to be in it? Are you surrounded by affirmations or a vibration that feels uplifting to you? What's the vibration with your family? All of those things are the signature for reevaluation. Now, with Mars being retrograde here in the energy of Gemini, this is lighting up your ninth house space, publishing, marketing, broadcasting, higher education, philosophies. Libra, have you had a philosophy for a long time in your life and it has served you, but now you're needing to get a new strategy to take you in a different direction? Well, that's exactly what Mars retrograde is about. But it also asks you to consider, who are the teachers? Who are the influencers? Who are the people who have given you that philosophy, and what role do they play? Do they still belong in your network? Because, just not everybody belongs in your network. So you're really needing to use this time of this Mars retrograde to reconsider who is also in your network. Now, as we do crawl forward and we get to March 7th, we're going to see Saturn take a significant shift out of the energy of Aquarius and into the energy of Pisces. Now, this is important to understand for two reasons. First of all, as we've seen Saturn traveling here through this Capricorn energy for the last, since 2008. So it's been doing a lot of work here in your fifth house space, which is about being willing to take a risk, which is about, expressing yourself, children, pleasure, play, your social life, romance even falls in here as well, conceiving of children, conceiving of new ideas, all of these things. Saturn Saturn has been working here to restructure this area, to bring you to the next level, to celebrate the achievements that you've already taken on, but ultimately it's been maturing the heck out of you. So you've really seen a lot of work and hopefully some discipline come into this area because Saturn does want to create a structure that you can stand on. So when we see Saturn moving out of this Aquarian realm and into the space of Pisces, this is going to light up your 6th house space. So this is this energy that is percolating with your daily routine, that is percolating with your health, with your wellness, your work, your coworkers, that environment around you that stimulates you into work. What has been your ideal condition to work with? Because Saturn is traveling with the energy of Neptune, right? And Neptune is like living your best life. Here's the dream. Here's the vision. Here's the ideals that you have. And Saturn is coming along to try and crystallize these things, but it does require discipline. You can have the best dream in your life, the best vision, but if you cannot take it out of the ethers and pull it down and put it on earth, put some structure around it, innovate, have the courage to innovate, then you kind of get more of the same. So really, truly, when you think about your daily routine, Libra, are you happy? Do you feel like it is loaded with a vision of innovation? Do you feel like it's creative? Do you feel like the people who are in your tribe, do you vibe with them? Because your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So is this a place where Saturn in this area for you is saying, yes, I understand you would like this kind of tribe, or you would like this daily routine. And if you want that, we've got to bring some structure and some discipline to your spiritual practice so that you can understand how to pull that and attract that into you. Whatever it is, Saturn in this Piscean energy is really going to help you solidify. It's an opportunity to bring a really nice sense of creativity to your daily routine. Now, we're also going to see in March, Pluto move from that energy of Capricorn into the energy of Aquarius, right? So we get Saturn out of that Aquarian house and we're going to move Pluto right on into that. Now, Pluto's been working in your Capricorn area since 2008. So it really has been changing the dynamics of home, family, real estate, property, where you live, how you work. I think really, truly, as we've closed out 2022, many Libras will be able to report a significant change with a parent in some way, shape, or form. And now we're going to welcome Pluto, not to stay, just to visit for a moment into the Aquarian vibration, which means that we're going to see that movement out of your 4th house space and instead into your 5th house space. And I get excited about this because it's going to begin to show you, Libra, where you need to unburden yourself of your own undoings, of structures, of beliefs, of things having to do with children, blockages that have to do with romance, blockages that have to do with pleasure and play and relaxation in your life. It's going to get them out of the way. It's going to make a beginning to get them out of the way. Let me say that, because we are going to see Pluto retrograde. We're not getting the full meal deal of Pluto and Aquarius just yet, but it will absolutely bring your attention to some changes that you have to go to a deeper level to access the blockage that's been there, because in the blockage is the seed of passion, power, and transformation in this area. So it will be interesting to know, Libra, what are you conceiving? Do you have a new business idea that you're putting out there? Are you presenting yourself differently? Because we are all our own business, right? So even if you're just walking around the grocery store, right, are you presenting yourself differently? Are there changes that are significant coming to your children or you as a child, right? You are somebody's child. Are there significant changes coming to those relationships? Whatever it is, there is this sense with Pluto that is about an unburdening so that you can travel farther, faster. Okay, now when we get to April, this is when we're going to begin to welcome in this eclipse season. The first one happening on April 20th is going to be at 29 degrees of Aries, an anaretic degree. So we know that there is advanced knowledge that is available for you to walk through the doorway with. So in the Aries energy, this is in your 7th house. So conscious, chosen, one-on-one relationships. And whether those are relationships are with you and whatever you call a higher power, you with yourself, are you treating your body as a servant and a slave rather than a partner? You know, how are you talking to yourself? Are you fighting? Are you at war with yourself, Libra? This is also going to include, though, any other significant relationships that we choose to have in our lives, our spouses or soon to be spouses or soon to be ex-spouses, okay? Business partners, any of these kinds of contacts that have significant weight of relationship in our life. Now, this solar eclipse is going to be your chance to plant your seeds of intention to begin this area in the way that you would like. However, I do also think with other connections surrounding this eclipse, which we will absolutely get into in the weekly and monthly conversation, there is a sense of challenge here. You are taking on something you are ready to champion and you are ready to warrior forward, right? But you've got to take the initiative to get yourself in that position in these relationships, okay? A few weeks after that, on May 5th, we're going to see a lunar eclipse happening at 14 degrees of Scorpio. Now, we've seen this axis playing out, and this is, of course, your 2nd house space. So throughout 2022, we did see you working on your finances, working on your resources, that income, creative talents, how you go out and make money and bring it into your life, which really, in the energy of Scorpio, means a lot of you have come out of hiding in some way in order to develop those resources. And I just think you have probably done brilliantly. I don't think it's been done with any sense of just whipping and easing along, but you've definitely, I think, done some work. Now, because this is a lunar eclipse and it says that something needs to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted, something that you can plan on is if there is something in your financial sector or in your value sector and it is not working, this eclipse will take you in a new direction. Over the next 3 to 6 months after this, you'll be heading in a different direction because that Scorpio energy is going to be like, no, that is not for me. Thank you very much, okay? Now, October 14th, we get this beautiful solar eclipse in your sign at 21 degrees. And I'm telling you, plant your seeds of intention. Are you ready for a new personal style? Are you ready for a new personal vibration? Are you developing yourself in some way, shape, or form? Are you working on your integrity, your character, your marketing, your branding? You know, showing up as an interdependent person in collaborations and relationships, as opposed to everything has to be forever. We have to partner, you know, and sometimes it is the challenge for Libra not to lose your own voice when you are in some kind of partnership. So at this solar eclipse, do you understand yourself differently? Or are you bringing people or resources into your life that are helping you keep Libra's voice amongst all the beautiful collaborative work that you're doing? I think that this particular eclipse speaks beautifully to that. Now, before we close out the year, we're going to have a last eclipse. It's a full moon lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Taurus. And so this is going to light up your 8th house space, joint resources, sex, vulnerability, intimacy, you see into me, karma, karmic debt, regular old debt, okay? Like not even the karmic kind, just the kind from like 2022, psychological changes or challenges or growth opportunities, but also quite practically as a Taurus, I also like to look at things like insurance, inheritance, you know, wills, estates, taxes, those kinds of things could be coming to your table as well. But this particular eclipse is also in vicinity of Jupiter and Uranus. So expect some surprises. Expect some surprises. You may see things going in a very different direction in this 8th house energy. Now, we are not done looking at the year, because when we get to May 17th, we are going to see Jupiter come out of, and listen, we're going to see Jupiter run out of the energy of Aries and run through the energy of Taurus, okay? So we've seen Jupiter hanging out in this Aries energy. So this has been lighting up your seventh house space, those conscious chosen one-on-one relationships. And there's been an expansion. How many more business partnerships or collaborations have you found yourself in? Even if that means that you have just come into the space of taking on an accountant, or taking on a teacher, or taking on a mentor, or the grandbaby came into your life and you're just like so in love, or did you buy a cat? Like, what is the significant relationship that has fallen in here? Is there a business partnership? Whatever it is, Jupiter's wisdom was going to expand what was already there and put your life kind of under a magnifying glass to be like, is this a healthy relationship for us to be in? Or do we need to apply some wisdom and get the hell out of here, because this is not a healthy relationship. It is not interdependent. It's codependent, and there's no growth in that, right? Now we see Jupiter move to this energy of Taurus, stepping into that 8th house. And this is where I think Jupiter's wisdom helps you take everything you learned about partnership throughout the Aries tour and bring it into a deeper, more solidified reality. Like the good relationships that can stick, where you're like, oh, this is such a good combination. This is the vibe. This is the tribe, right? It's also an energy where you maybe feel like you can provide wisdom for other people through their detox, their debt, their karmic situations, their healing, their struggles. But whatever it is, there's a depth of contemplation that is coming to you and through you, Libra, that I think really should be celebrated, because likely you've done some work to get into this position to be able to navigate this. And if this happens to be coming through another lens for you, where you are the one needing to speak out or collaborate or cooperate for your own healing, all I can tell you is absolutely take it on, because the wisdom that is going to come to you through that Jupiterian speaking out is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, again, if this Jupiter energy falls into practical realms for you, like that will, that trust, that estate, the mortgage, a loan, any of those kinds of things, what you can expect to happen here is for you to need to be pretty organized in getting this together, like really bring in outside resources that can guide your hand with what you're doing and the changes and the wisdom that you are trying to apply to these areas, okay? Now, we are going to see Mercury take retrogrades all year long. And what I want you to keep in mind is truly, we will cover those in the weekly and the monthly breakdowns. We will not miss a thing. Plus, if you are new to this channel and you don't know it, I also all year long cover all retrogrades, pre-post retrograde shadow times as well. So we will go through absolutely all of that together, okay? My beautiful Libra friends, I hope that you have a gorgeous year. I look forward to walking with you every week, every month, and seeing how these significant changes, especially around your relationships and your family unit, come out to be expressed. So please make sure you keep me posted in the comment section down below. I love you, Libras. Have a good year.